We made love all night. And this morning you act like this is just a vacation.
I'm just taking my cue from you.
I haven't lost touch of my senses completely.
Good, good. Me neither. Ace's jet's all ready to take us back to Lambview. I think we can be back there in time for that meeting about Rachel's plea bargaining.
I don't want it to end. I don't want this perfect day to be over. And I don't want Rachel to lose the freedom of swimming in a beautiful, clear lake, listening to the birds, watching the sunset. I don't want her to go to prison. Look at her. She's so happy.
Honey, you can't hold up here forever.
No. Two one-way tickets to Toronto.
Only two?
That's what you're implying, isn't it? That Drew, Max, and Kevin are dead wood?
Look, I don't appreciate you calling Drew dead wood.
Well, you can call Max dead wood if you want to, but he's not my dead wood. I'm, between men.
You're between three men.
I'm not between three
All right,
men.
you two can debate this all you want, but I'm out of here.
Just a minute. There was a time that you weren't afraid to stand up to me.
I am not afraid to stand up to you. That is not the point.
Are you certain that you don't have the slightest suspicion that Kevin is fooling around with Barbara Graham?
Okay. You got an idea? How do we prove Todd's faking it?
Well, the first step would be to access some hospital records.
Which you could do because you're a nurse.
Exactly.
Nothing gets by me.
I mean, the codes have probably changed, but I bet I could get some information.
That would be incredible. Do you realize that? I would love this. All I'd have to do is go get a good neurologist, a couple good psychiatrists. We prove that the guy's faking it. It's a hoax. I got tomorrow's headline.
Besides, I gotta go back and bring David some things. The testing's gonna keep him there overnight, and I know that there's a private computer cubicle we could use.
That's fantastic. What are we waiting for?
Let's go.
You know what? Wait a minute. This is not good.
What?
We can't do this.
Why not?
Because we just can't.
Look, it's no big deal. I'm sure if they've changed the computer codes, I can just get one of my nurse friends to give it to
I'm
me.
talking about we can't do this, BB. You and me.
My God, what have we done to you? Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. You poor thing, you must feel like you're just surrounded by enemies. Taya turned you into the police and testified against you. Sam's quite convinced you feel he betrayed you. Kevin's trying to destroy you. And I wasn't even here. I'm sorry. Kevin's quite sure you're faking, Todd. I don't really think it matters. Obviously, you had to get away from your life. You couldn't take it anymore. And believe me, I know how that feels. If you can hear me, and if you want me to know, I will keep it a secret, I promise you that. assume.
No, don't assume, Red.
You mean you'd come with us? Do you know what that would mean? It would be years before you'd even be able to contact your family, and Ace is not in the best of health. You couldn't say goodbye to Drew because it would compromise his job. If you helped a fugitive, you'd never be able to practice law enforcement again in this country. I mean, you'd be giving up your whole life.
Aren't you?
She's my daughter.
Well, you're my wife. You think I could accept not knowing where you are? Not knowing if you're happy or safe?
How is this different from you being in prison for your son?
Well, I had faith that they would find the real killer. You know, I didn't run away from you.
I'm not running from you.
Well, it amounts to the same thing.
I couldn't call you. I couldn't put you in that position, don't you see?
So you want me to help you make the decision now? I can do that. Wherever you go, I go.
Bo.
Hey, this is not a sentimental choice. I thought about this on the way here. I kind of figured this is probably what you had planned. I didn't want to confront you with it because I thought if you chose to leave me.
I wasn't choosing to do that.
Well, then make a choice now, okay? Either I go with you and Rachel, and we deal with the consequences, or you and Rachel come back to Landview with me, and we'll deal with the consequences of that. Either way, we'll be together. We'll stand by Rachel.
The water was amazing.
Bo's with us.
Count on it.
I am. When I was in that lake, I was just floating. Laying back there, I thought about how much I love you. I love you both. How much I love Daddy and Uncle RJ. And the thought of how much I love you made me feel free. And I never want to give that up.
You don't have to.
Is there really any other choice, Mom?
Do you know where your client is, Counselor?
Oh, they're probably stuck in traffic.
Well, let's hope they get here before the assistant DA does. Let me know when they arrive.
Sure. No problem. All right, spill it, pal. Where are they?
Well, it looks like Nora took Rachel out of town.
What? What the hell is Nora doing? What's she thinking?
She thinks she's protecting Rachel.
She's condemning her to a life on the run. Not that you don't know that. I mean, she's going to be disbarred. I can't believe this. Does Bo know?
Yeah, he thinks he can reach them before they get on a plane and convince them to come back.
Well, they've got to come back.
Why, Sam? Because it's the right thing to do? Or because you may never see Nora again?
I wasn't propositioning you. I just offered to get some of Todd's records out of a hospital computer.
Well, it's a felony. Did you ever think of that?
No, actually I hadn't.
It is. And I really don't want to get you, of all people, in trouble with the law.
All right. Little Miss Squeaky Clean, that's me.
I'm being serious. You'd be illegally accessing confidential information.
Oh, and I guess that's what you and Cassie do as investigative reporters.
I'll bet you I could find a nurse that I could talk in to help me out.
Yeah, I bet you could.
Besides, I don't really want you near Todd again. It was enough that you had to bring the gun up to me at the lodge and I had to involve you.
I was glad to do that.
I know you were. And I'm forever grateful to you. I'm just saying that you've done enough.
Fine. Well, I've got to bring these things to David anyway, so I'll be there if you need me.
Well, I won't need you. I won't need you.
Your whole life has just been one long cry for help, hasn't it? Because you can't crawl out of that dark place you've hidden yourself in, and now you're trapped there. I guess a breakdown like this was inevitable, given that our childhoods are so much more similar than I ever realized. But there is a way out, you know. It's not easy. I disappeared in order to heal myself, literally shattered into pieces, as if being whole made me too vulnerable. And I don't have to tell you that once trust and love is violated, last thing in the world you want is to be vulnerable again. It takes courage. It takes grit, and it takes anger. Fortunately, you have all those things to spare. So if anybody can do it, you can. God, no matter how scared and lonely you feel right now, please hang on. Don't let yourself disappear completely. And when you're ready, you can start climbing out, step by step. And I swear to you that I will be there, always, to give you a hand and pull you to safety. I promise you that.
One Life to Live, brought to you by Bounty, the quilted quicker picker-upper.
I thought you had finally accepted, Kevin, Mother. What, you were just marshaling your forces for a new attack? Well, forget it. Because Kevin loves me and I love him.
Where does Barbara Graham fit into all of this?
She is my father's nurse.
Well, you never liked Drew from the beginning. Face it.
I have infallible radar when it comes to men. I'm telling you, I spotted Sam Rappaport the moment he came to town.
Well, I guess Sam isn't dead wood. I'm off the hook.
Why isn't he on your hook, honey? Don't you let this one get away.
Why can't I have a normal mother?
I'll tell you what, why don't you invite him out to dinner with me and Mel? Better yet, ask him to take you and Star to Disney World.
Are you out of your mind?
Don't you want a father for your child? Don't you want to have financial status, social standing? I mean, commit to the right kind of man for a change. I mean, Todd has been a total disaster. Max, I don't think, would be much better.
Good afternoon, ladies. Ming let me in the back door. I figured that was my best bet. You're busy, aren't you? I'll wait for you in the kitchen, okay, Blair?
That piece of deadwood was supposed to drift away.
That's the kind of perseverance that you should show with Sam.
Hello, recap, okay? Not long ago, didn't you say that you didn't think Mel was the right one for you?
Okay, we took a slight detour on the road to marital bliss, but I'm telling you, I knew that he was the man for me from the moment he fell on top of me in that bar in Washington.
Well, you know what? That's exactly how it was for me and Drew.
Please, I have more experience than you do. You can't trust those feelings yet.
So you're gonna pick our men for us?
Look, I'm not gonna be around forever. I want to make sure that you girls have husbands who love you as much as I do.
Mother's such a woman of the 90s, isn't she?
And you have an additional responsibility in that you are an heiress. Honey, you seem to forget that you have a vast amount of money. Why?
I have not figured out what I want to do with it yet, okay?
That's not the reason.
She's gonna tell you.
It's because you somehow know that Drew is only after you because of your money. And don't you try and tell me that I'm wrong.
Hold on, I got orders not to let you anywhere near man. Of course you do. You're still standing here. That means Todd's still in there, faking it. What, are you looking for somebody? Yeah, I'm looking for Barbara Graham. No, she's not here. You been sitting by his bedside this whole time?
You used to be so compassionate.
Well, now, you told me that newspaper folks were supposed to be discompassionate. Isn't that what you always said?
Don't do this.
Mom, I want to know one thing. You buying this sales pitch in here? Or do you just think it's a way for him to keep his butt out of jail?
Kevin!
Forget it. You're not going to tell me the truth, are you? That's okay, because it's going to come out.
Are you gonna stand by Todd?
Yes, of course I will. And you?
Mrs. Carpenter, Mrs. Manning, I'm glad you're both here. We have further test results. There appears to be no metabolic or neurological origin to Mr. Manning's condition.
What does that mean?
The tests point to a severe psychological breakdown, possibly brought on by a major depression or mania.
Do you have some sort of treatment in mind?
Well, there are several options. We can try drug therapy. There's some very effective antidepressants available.
Is that what you recommend?
He might respond even faster to electroshock therapy.
No.
It's a very effective and highly respected treatment.
Well, why can't you just wait?
Given the absence of any indication of spontaneous recovery, the quicker we bring him around, the better it is. But don't worry, you have some time before you have to make any irrevocable decisions for your husband, Mrs. Manning.
Well, I probably shouldn't be the one making them anyway. Todd and I are separated.
Legally?
No.
Well, in that case, you're still responsible for his treatment.
Well, would it help, I mean, if we talked to him and tried to get him to respond?
I encourage it. But in some cases, the more severe depression that exists, the harder it is for the patient to recover, spontaneous or otherwise. But it's not hopeless. Excuse me.
What do I do? Have you two really reached the end of the line?
We can't go on. We'll destroy each other. If we haven't already.
Look, I don't blame you for not being able to handle Todd's love. It's not a very pretty or sweetly sentimental kind of love, is it?
He doesn't love me.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And if you can manage it, I think that love is going to give him strength. Because quite frankly, Taya, he's depending on us, on you and me, to bring him out of this.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment, here on ABC.
Drew is not after my money. He came to this town to pull off a scam. It backfired, and now he's come up with an alternative. You.
You are wrong.
Are you going to tell me that he hasn't asked you about your money?
Not once. Well, he was smarter than I thought he was.
No, it just proves that I'm right. It would be a perfectly natural thing for him to ask about it. But he's trying to divert your attention from his real plans.
Mother, would you leave poor Kelly alone?
That would be easy if she were poor Kelly. Are you... Are you trying to tell me that if you gave away all your millions, that Drew would stick around?
Drew wants a simple life.
With all your money, your life is going to be anything but simple. I mean, Drew doesn't understand you.
You know something? If that's what you think, then you understand me even less than you think Drew does.
What are you planning to do with your life?
At this moment, getting out of here.
Ooh, I think that was my influence on her there.
Mother, when it comes to love, why can't you leave Kelly alone?
Because that kind of attitude can only lead to trouble. Love isn't a game. Love isn't a dream. It's a commitment between two people to love, honor, cherish each other till death do them part.
Oh, amen, sister.
All right, enlighten me. What does love mean to Kevin?
It means me. He loves me.
Then why is he fooling around with Barbara?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Honey, please, I would throw myself in front of a moving truck, I swear to you, in order to preserve your dream. But it's impossible to preserve something that doesn't exist.
Mother, Kevin fought for me. He waited for me.
I want you to take a good, long, hard look at your dream before it turns into a nightmare.
I really appreciate this, I do.
Translation, you couldn't get another nurse to do it for you.
Come on, just get to work.
All right. Listen, they definitely increased the security since Todd got here. But I told a friend of mine that I needed my own file for an insurance dispute.
Well, why don't you just let me do the hacking part of this?
Oh, that's awfully gallant of you, but I think they'll bust me anyway.
Come on. I don't want you doing it. Come on.
All right. Here, go. Hurry.
All right, just show me what to do.
Okay, first you gotta press in castor oil.
Castor oil. Enter?
Yeah. And then that one. And again. You got it.
There it is. Son of a gun. This is great. Patient records. Manning Todd. Date of admittance. This is good. We did it. How does it feel to be aiding and abetting in a felony?
Easier than expected. Guess I can add hacker to my resume. Along with home wrecker.
That's not funny. If we can laugh about it, it might be good for us.
Yeah, probably. So, what'd you find?
Nothing more than I already knew. Todd Manning is full of it.
Seems like decades since that night at the palace when Todd got down on one knee and proposed to me. I think that's the closest we've ever come to being normal.
Yes, well, that was the night that Georgie Phillips was murdered.
Vicki, I think you'll have to make all the medical decisions for Todd. I don't trust myself. I don't trust him. I actually think he could be faking just to see how I'll react. Just so he can recover and blame me for doing the wrong thing. Or to avoid going to prison.
I don't think it's as simple as that. In any case, I'm not going to abandon him. I can't. My family didn't abandon me when I was ill, and Lord knows I gave them enough cause. Even Clint. We weren't even married when I fell apart. And yet he was there for me whenever I needed him.
Well,
as badly as I hurt him, he was always there for me.
I'm, not as good a person as Clint is, I guess.
But you're here.
Not that that does anyone much good.
Oh, I think you'd be surprised. Taya, I'll make the medical decisions if you really want me to do that. But there's something that he needs from you that I can't give him. And that's your forgiveness. Now, I'm not saying that without it, we'll never be able to bring him back, and I'm not saying that it'll definitely save him. But can you afford not to take the risk?
Nora, she'll listen to Bo. He'll bring them back.
Well, for both our sakes, I hope you're right. Yeah, it's ready to start. Nora and Rachel are due here any minute.
Really? You said that over an hour ago.
Yeah, I know. Well, Nora just called.
Mm-hmm. From where? O'Hare Airport? It's all right, gentlemen. The jig is up. The Chicago authorities have already been notified to pick up Mrs. Buchanan and her daughter before they board their flight.
You listen to me, sir.
Would you believe? I got a flat tire, and then my spare was low. So I had to call Bo, and we got stuck in traffic. I'm sorry, Hank.
We've wasted enough time. May I remind the assistant district attorney that you were held up in court?
I'm ready now, are you?
Let's get going.
All right, gentlemen. Hank, Bo, join me outside, please.
Proud of you, honey.
I love you, baby.
I love you too, Dad.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay. Right?
You bet.
Where shall we begin?
Why don't you begin by telling me why I shouldn't put your client on trial for murder?
All right. Tell me why I shouldn't throw the book at your wife, Buchanan.
Since when is it a crime to get a flat tire?
This is a manifest of a flight to Toronto this afternoon. Your wife and her daughter are both listed under your wife's maiden name, Nora and Rachel Hannon. That's correct, isn't it? They weren't stuck on the turnpike with a flat. They were in Illinois, weren't they?
Is it safe? Ming took pity on me.
How many times do I have to throw you out?
This will be the last time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You can keep the cookie if you go out with me one last time, and I swear I will never bother you again.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the catch?
No catch. Come on, how long have we been friends? If we're going to go our separate ways, at least let's do it as friends. That's all.
So this would just be a regular dinner. Goodbye. Simple.
Let's just say that after this, you can have me arrested for harassment if I so much as make an unwanted advance. How's that?
Don't believe that I won't.
Want to shake on it? I'll see you.
But I was told that Victoria Carpenter was there, so would you kindly have her paged? Thank you. Yes, hello, Vicky. I have to see you as soon as possible.
Dorian? What's wrong?
Vicky, this isn't something that we can talk about on the phone.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not leaving here. My brother's in a very bad way.
Fine, if you won't leave the hospital, I'll come to you. There is a disaster in the making.
Oh, Dory.
Drew? Hi. Have you seen Kevin? I heard he was here.
No, they just left.
They?
Kevin and Barbara Graham.
We've been married for over a year, and this is the first time I felt your heartbeat. Can you feel my hand? Do you even know I'm here?
You can't prove Nora and Rachel intended to catch that plane. You can't prove they even left town.
I could make a case to have your daughter's bail revoked and her mother disbarred.
But is that to punish Nora and Rachel, or to punish Hank and me?
Oh, come on, Bo. I know the responsibilities of this job.
Then why don't you do the right thing? With Nora and Rachel, they just did the right thing. And it wasn't easy. John, you're a bachelor, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll bet you one of these days you're going to hold your own child in your arms. And you're going to promise to love that child, to protect it, to keep it safe. And then one day, you're going to have to let go. Because that child has to stand on its own. That's one of the scariest things you're ever going to have to do in this life. And I hope you have support, because you're going to really need it. But just think about this moment right here. Think about Nora and Rachel.
Bo, I respect your feelings, but I...
So what's the verdict?
So catatonia is a syndrome characterized by motor and behavioral symptoms that include psychomotor retardation, mutism, posturing, and catalepsy.
Wait a minute, hold on. Speak layman to me. What's catawatasy?
Catalepsy. It means holding positions for long periods. Whoa. Sorry.
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing here? I'm on duty.
Everybody has a job except me. Do you know how rich I am?
No, I don't. Why?
Well, Ian left me a whole lot of money.
Well, that's good. You don't have to get a job. All right?
Is that all my money means to you?
Hey, it's your money, huh?
Yes, it might be my money, but it's driving me crazy lately.
Why?
Well, I feel I have a responsibility to do something with it. The world is full of suffering and poverty.
No, do you want to save the world, Kelly?
Well, wouldn't you?
No. Well, I mean, I like to do some good in my own little corner of it, but...
That's all?
Yeah, it's good enough for me.
I don't know if that's good enough for me. But I think I have an idea of who to ask to help me out. Be right back.
Okay.
Vicky. Dorian, this had better be serious. I'm very concerned about Todd. While that sociopathic brother of yours was holding the rest of the family at bay, posing as a human bomb, what do you suppose was going on between your precious Kevin and Nurse Barbara Graham down in the cellar?
You're human after all, huh? If you were faking, would you let me do this, huh? Or this? Or this?
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
Tomorrow on One Life to Live.
Don't throw us away, Blair.
You're in love with Clint.
That's very astute of you.
I need you to look me in the eye and swear that you're not cheating on me with her.
Tonight, inside the secret world of fashion and beauty on an ABC News special, followed by what's destined to be the most magnificent and spectacular fashion show ever. It's the world fashion premiere from Paris, hosted by Isabella Rossellini and Ann Archer. ABC Tonight. Chat with Florencia Lozano, One Life to Live's Taya Delgado, tonight at 8 Eastern on America Online. Keyword, AOL Live.